Many of us have seen those images of Trump with a group of black women here in the midst of a group of black men there, seen that these were circulated very widely and seen that they were fake, AI generated to demonstrate support for him amongst black people. The fakes were caught out fairly quickly, but they are an alert to the dangers ahead.
The image of President Trump with black voters was a case of artificial intelligence. It was clear to spot, but that is going to be the most benign of the things that we see. But clearly, we're going to see a lot of that at scale, and at some points, especially when people are scrolling very quickly, if they're seeing a lot of content at volume, it could be very difficult to distinguish what is real and what is fake. But the intent behind that is, of course, to make suggestions, to manipulate voters into thinking a certain way about the image.
Election officials are preparing to deal with a rush of fake communication through these elections, and it's not always about deep fakes. It could be simply misleading information about the election itself.
I think the dangers that AI poses to the US elections in 2024 is more in the realm of misinformation, of false messages from candidates or campaigns about the way that the election is run. So telling people the wrong date of the election, or that they can text in their vote instead of going to vote in person, especially if it seems like it's coming from a candidate or another trusted source.
To what end?
To try and deter people from voting, to make sure to reduce turnout from a candidate's from supporters of a candidate's opponent, to try and just manipulate the results in that way.
From deception to deep fakes, a lot could go wrong.
Of course, images like what we saw with President Trump and the black voters is nothing new. We've seen the manipulation of images in the past. I think some of the deeper concerns that we have are the ways in which we could see individuals or candidates, campaigns, or foreign actors sending messages either through robocalls or through text messages that would target specific groups of voters in one particular way or another. And artificial intelligence tools basically allow a much greater scale to reach voters and to customize messages for particular groups. We could see images and video, of course, but I think even the phone calls or also dropping in messages into group chats, I think is something where we can't even monitor what will be happening.
As the technology progresses, as it becomes more widely available, the risk that it'll be more widely used increases. We've already seen a couple of attempts involving fake phone calls with fake recordings of President Biden in the New Hampshire primary in January of this year, and I don't think there's any reason to expect that will be the last.